G'day, hopefully just a short video tonight. Just me, feel like a steak for dinner. So I'm going to take you through the steps that I do to do a reverse sear steak. So out the back here, going to use the Weber tonight. You just have to excuse all the wind in the background. Got a few more fire starters than I would usually use, but it's windy today, so I just want to make sure that it really gets cracking. I'm actually not using that many heat beads, so I'm only using basically one basket of old charcoal, and that's because I don't want fierce heat in the thing. I want to cook the steak off to the side, then I want to have sort of a nice high coal that I can do that reverse sear at the end. So I'll just move this across now. So that's going to take about 40 minutes or so just to sort of ash over and get cracking. I've got a nice, probably best part of 2-inch thick porterhouse steak. I'm going to put some holy Voodoo rub on it, and I'm just going to let it sit for probably 40 minutes, however long it takes the Weber to heat up. So I'll just take you through that step now. You don't have to go completely to town, but I like my rubs and I like the flavour of this. It's got some nice heat to it. So you can see what it looks like now. Probably come back in half an hour or so. It should be all wet, where it's actually pulled some moisture out of the surface. Okay, it's been about 45 minutes, and you can see that the flames have caught up to the top. We've got some good heat coming out. So I will set the grill up now, ready to start preheating. All right, as you can see, all the rub has drawn out some moisture. You can see how much moisture is underneath that. That usually would be a problem, because if you want a good sear, you don't naturally want lots of moisture on there, but they're a part of the reverse sear process. It'll actually evaporate some of that moisture out of it. So what we're going to do is, I have here a MEATER probe, and this is the most accurate way of doing your reverse sear. So I'm going to get that and put it right through the middle. And that should be far enough. There's actually a little notch on there that shows you how far that you need to put it in. But yeah, it's inserted in there. So this end is an ambient temperature sensor, and the middle of the probe will show you how hot it is in the middle, so you can be really accurate when you do your reverse sear. And I'll show you a screenshot in a moment of the app of how to set it up after I wash my hands, because I don't want these hands on my phone. Okay, so this is what we're looking at now. So it's showing me there's an internal temperature of 10 degrees, ambient temperature of 21 at this point. So we're going to set up. We're actually going to go to a custom cook. And we're going to go, I want a target temperature of a medium rare, which is about 55 degrees is what I'm going to shoot for. Then I'm going to set up an alert just here, and internal temperature rises above, I'm going to say 46 degrees, which that should be fine. I'm going to add that alert in, and then that's all set up. So it's going to alert me when it's 46 is when we'll start the reverse sear. Then we'll jump straight into and cook it to 55. I'm going to hit start cook now. It's going to go through how to insert it. We've already inserted it, and then go from there. Sound muted. I'll unmute my phone and we'll go from there. Right, the Weber's been preheating, so I'm going to get a bit of smoke. I'm going to put the the steak way over to this side, so it's a long way away from the heat. So I'll put the fat there to protect, so it's closest to the heat. And we're going to let it go until the alert tells us that we're good to go. Okay, thought I'd give you a bit of a look about what the app's showing me. So internal temperature of 42, so the alarm will go off in about 2 degrees. And 148 target temperature. I can hit the button down the back and it gives me a bit of a graph, and shows me the ambient temperature and then the internal temperature, about how that's all travelled along during the cook. And if I put that back now, saying 10 minutes remaining at the current rate, but what we'll do is we will take it off at 44, then I'll just let it sit for a bit and then crank the fire back up and let lots of oxygen into the coal so we can get a good sear, and then bang it on. So in just a moment the alarm will go off, and we'll go from there. Okay, it's hit 46 internal, so that's what it looks like. As you can see, certainly not cooked yet, but all that moisture that was on the surface is gone. Fat's starting to render, which is quite nice. So I'm just going to take this off for a few minutes, crank the fire right up, and then get it back on and sear it. And that noise in the background is the alarm telling me to take it off because it's hit 46 degrees. Alright, we'll turn now. Oh yes, getting a nice sear on that. All very good. Alright, so the MEATER app's telling me it's about 1 degree to go. I'm going to go and just give this one more little diagonal turn. I'm happy with the sear on that side. That's looking bloody good. Real good. Really nice sear on the end of it. And the app's just come in and said it's ready, so we're going to take it off. I thought this was kind of interesting how the I took it off right around our target, and it's actually carried over and cooked another 10 degrees. And if you have a look at there, you can see the ambient temperature where I took it off the rest of it, cranked the fire up, put it back on, seared it, and even after I pulled the thing off, it still crept up in temperature. I'll pull this probe out, and we'll see whether we nailed it or overcooked it. Just take a nice slice through the middle. Perfect. Beautiful. Now, I'm not great at making things look sexy, but I can tell you, put a bit of this resting juice over the top. Absolutely amazing. You get the flavour of the rub, but it's not overpowering. You get that beautiful char over the top, but you get beautiful moist meat that's on the way through. So definitely give it a crack. Love the MEATER probe, makes things so much easier. There's no more guesswork. Anyway, enjoy.